Hello, good people. Welcome back to Brands Academy, where learning is made easy. Uh, Let me take this opportunity to thank you for your support through the videos that I usually upload so that we can learn more on this area of creative art and sports, and also the Swahili area and more other areas that we usually touch on, and also the changes that usually come through the Ministry of Education. So I have to thank you for that, because you usually use your time to make sure that you view our videos and learn more on it. So thank you, and may God continue to bless you. So in our today's session, I would like us to touch on a substrand in grade 9 area, more so on creative art and sport, and on the part of sport, or the component of sport. So the area that I want us to touch on is this area of Kenyan Indigenous Games. Kenya Indigenous Games. So in grade 9, we are touching on the board games. So at the end of this session, if you'll have any query concerning this area of the board game, let me know under the comment section, because I'm making this video after one of the member requested me to do so. So I'm just making it so that it can help most of us. And after this video, I'll be touching on the area of folk songs and folk dance, starting from grade 4 to grade 9, because also I have many members who are asking for me to touch on that area of folk songs and folk dance from grade 4 to grade 9. So that one will be coming immediately after this video. So stay tuned to this channel so that we can have more lessons on this part. So let's start by, and before I forget, in grade 9, this area of indigenous games usually come as an optional question. We shall have the swimming part and indigenous games. So make sure that you alert your learners, make sure that you take them through the swimming part and the indigenous game so that they are prepared to tackle one of the questions. And for my part, all this and they are ready for it. So let's start by defining what board games are. So board games are play activities that involve players moving pieces or objects or a marked surface or board. And you find that the participants may use small balls, pebbles, or cards to execute moves while playing the game. And some of the board games you find that are played by 2 people, while others are played by 4 or more people. That can be 5, 6, and more. And you find that we have this game called Marakala. Marakala. It's a game that is played by 3 or more people who help each other. So that type of game is called. Check on the examples of board games that we have here in grade 9. So we have the Bao like Swahili game, we have the Ajua game, and we have Shishima game. We have the Bao la Kiswahili game, we have Ajua, and we have the Shima game. So, what are some of the features of these games? That is Bao like Kiswahili and Ajua. Those are the 2 games that I'll be touching more on. So which are some of the similarities? Because you might come across a question asking you to give the 3 similarities between Bao like Swahili and Ajua game. So the first one, the games are played by 2 players. Then they are played by uh, placing or dropping small pebbles in pits, and also they are played, or you can talk about the small pebbles or stones are called seeds. They are called seeds. So let's talk about some of the terms that are here. So you find that the action of dropping the seeds in the pit, the action of dropping the seeds in the pit is known as sowing, which is done either clockwise or anti-clockwise. And we find that the players aim to capture each other's seeds from the pits. So sowing, that's a term you need to know the definition. Then we have another term, harvesting. Harvesting is the action of capturing seeds. The action of capturing seeds is known as harvesting. So you find that when a player aims to capture each other's seeds from the pits, it's known as harvesting. Let's check on the difference between Ajua and Baula Kiswahili. So in Ajua, you find that the playing board has 12 rows with 8 pits and a large storage pit at the end. While in Baula Kiswahili, the board has 32 pits arranged in 4 rows. 32 pits arranged in 4 rows. So let's discuss how the game is played and how the winner is determined. So we talk about the Ajua board and Baola Kiswahili board. So when we start with Ajua game, the game ends as soon as a player has harvested the majority of seeds or when a player has nothing to move at the start of their turn. And also you find that a Jua game is won by the player who has more than 24 seeds or whose opponent is unable to move at their turn. So that's how a winner is reached at when playing a Jua board. Now, when playing Baula Kiswahili, uh, the game ends when a player has no seeds in their inner row or cannot make legal moves anymore. And the player who wins is the first player to empty their opponent's front row or make it possible for them to move. So those are the scenarios where we get a winner when playing the Baula Kiswahili game and Ajua board. So also, you might find a question that is asking you to give the main playing skills in Ajua and Bao. So we have the sowing, which we have said that it's distributing seeds either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Then we have harvesting, where we are picking seeds from the first row of, of your opponent after a seed was dropped opposite an opponent's pit containing seeds. Then we have a move. So when we talk about a move, we are talking about a series of sowing and capturing. And after capturing, sowing is done from the nyumba in the direction of the so sorry for that, a move, series of sowing and capturing. So after capturing seed, sowing is done from kichwa to the direction of nyumba. So it's from the kichwa in the direction or to the direction of the nyumba. So that's a small concept we need to have as we prepare for KJSEA exam. So if you have any query, remember I haven't talked about Shishima game, but if you have any query also let me know through the comment section so that we can tackle it. And my question for you, can you identify 4 modern board games played in our society today? Identify 4 modern board games played in our society today. That marks the end of our session. Thank you and may God bless you. Let's meet in our next session.